Hello and welcome to another update video. Firstly I'm talking about this, my new smartphone. So far I've had it for about 2 days since it arrived, and I'm loving the attention to detail. For example, the BlackBerry logo, it's part of a glass sleeve, if you see what I mean. Like, you can't feel the metal, it's still this glass weave material even over the logo, which is a nice feature. I can't really explain it, but it's nice nonetheless. And here, the back, as I said, it's this special glass weave material. Looks like carbon fibre, and it's kind of slightly rubbery. It's just the right amount of grip for a phone, I would say. And this camera, for example, it's like slightly into the phone. It's not poking out the bottom of the phone, so when you put it on a table, the camera won't scratch. I just put it on my computer though, which is not a table. And here we have the front. It's got, I think, a metal thingy around the edge. Here is the screen. I believe it's real glass because it's cold when it's off. Whereas with my Nexus, it's plastic, so when the screen's turned off, it's still quite warm. I prefer glass, but it's personal preference, really. You could prefer real glass, you could prefer Gorilla Glass, which is kind of tough and plastic. There we have my thingy. Oh, it's gone, sorry. Here we have the multitasking thing. I have my browser open there, and I have BlackBerry app. No, the Amazon App Store. Yes, I just downloaded the what's it called? Android version of the Amazon App Store, and hey, it works. I've ran into a Sonic game and a Angry Birds Go. Those two games didn't work on this phone. Everything else I've tried did. But it does have a strange effect on some other games. Like, let's look at Hill Climb Racing, for example. I'm seeing this through the phone, and you're seeing Google on my computer through the phone. Come on. It's not the fastest to load up applications, but I love this keyboard. Yesterday I was able to write a 1200 word story. It wasn't a very good story, but I still managed to write it. Here we go. I've only got 2 cars so far. One's a bike, so it's not really a car. And I was looking at the time. Here we have volume, that pauses video. See, like I said, attention to detail. Rather than doing what Apple or Samsung do and just having volume, you also have the pause button, which I haven't seen on many modern smartphones. It's nice though when you're playing video to just have that, so you're not fiddling around touching the screen. Here we have HDMI, which only outputs a square image because it's a square display, and the power, which seems to need a lot of power going in there to charge the device. Otherwise it will charge really slowly. And why am I making my eyes go big? That's just strange. It kind of makes me feel sorry that BlackBerry's not doing well anymore. Some people watching this might even think they're dead. Oh, my monitors have gone off. That was my primary light source. 2 monitors were giving me good lighting. Anyway, like, the Samsung and Apple, they're only really popular because they advertise a lot. That's the way I see it. Although they're not the best phones. The best phones are made by people like LG and Motorola, or even BlackBerry. I love this keyboard as well. I'm not quite used to it yet, but I'm sure as I use it more, I'll get used to it and enjoy using it even more. So, the Moto G as well, that has always been a good budget phone. I paid less than a Moto G for this, at least less than a Moto G 64. 64? 16 gigabytes. 64 gigabyte Moto G would just be ridiculous. Think about it, it would probably cost £600 or something to simply because they're charging £40 per memory upgrade or something. Yeah. So here we'll see. There's no numpad on the keys, but what you have to do is Alt and press them. It would be much nicer to use if it just had a numpad, I have to be honest. But where would you fit a numpad? Unless it was a slide out keyboard, which it's not because that form factor is pretty much dead. Now, I mean, I just bought this because I didn't want a slab phone. I wanted to be different. Like, every phone these days looks the same. So it's nice to have this back that looks like carbon fibre. That just looks different from any other back on a phone that I've seen yet. And the keyboard gives it this completely different look to every other phone on the market today. In the UK at least. Because we didn't get the Droid 3 and Droid 4 and Photon Q, is it? With a keyboard. We didn't get those. We only got the Motorola Droid 1 and 2. I think we got the HTC Dream, but that was ages ago. That was 2008. Ah, yes. So I'm recording this on my Nexus 4, which is my old phone. I'll be keeping that for the apps that I can't get to work on here. And that I'm too attached to the phone to sell it. So that's pretty much been my quick look around. And yes, it's just been, so far, I've tried 2 of the more advanced driving games. I've tried Real Racing 3 and GT Racing 2 off the Amazon App Store. For some reason I find Asphalt and Real Racing 3 don't come up on the Amazon App Store, but you can get them from BlackBerry World. Unfortunately, you have to pay for Asphalt on the BlackBerry World, but then I might just end up doing that. I've also got Brick Breaker, which I remember off this Philips phone. This had Brick Breaker on it. This is a 2004 phone, 128 by 128 screen. And it's exactly the same aspect ratio, to my knowledge, as this BlackBerry. Like father, like son. So, I'm going to leave you with this picture of a broken Nokia phone and say goodbye.